Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Today let's discuss about the negative effect of the internet. So here we're going to discuss the various uh, uses of the internet that basically they cause negatively impact or they cause various negative effects to our culture. Now, let's start with the first one, that is the lack of face-to-face communication. The fact is that somehow many people find it easier to communicate through the internet instead of the traditional direct way. Now, their preference discuss over the Messenger, Viber, or other apps available on the internet. Yes, it's how they prefer. Now, the idea of taking this face-to-face is becoming a very tough decision due to the use of these various options which are there within the internet, which are, as we said before, the Messenger, Viber, or just see WhatsApp, whatever. Now, the research ensured that in the Internet Journal of the Organizational Design and the Engineering has stated that the face-to-face communication in teamwork just helps people to build the mutual trust, creativity, and they provide a higher result. Now, due to this, when people they just tend to choose internet communication and avoid the talking directly with their personal relationships with the friends and family will be affected. So in that way, yes, the internet just affects our culture in that way negatively. Now, according to the Washington Post survey and its result, about the 6% of the participants that they participated in this survey replied that their relationships got hurt as a consequence of excess internet use. So excess internet use just brings about people to stay far apart from each other in a way that is also, it also makes people to avoid face-to-face conversation, conversations. Now, it is believed that some people who prefer online chatting because it is somehow spreads them from the real world. So in that way, it just makes them stay apart, and in a way, just it affects their emotional and their state of life. So I'll proceed here with this first point. Moving on. The second point, lack of creativity. The lack of creativity in people, take an example, students and teenagers, is also another one of the negative effects of the internet looting from its benefits. One significant feature of the internet is that the unlimited sources of the information. Now, this feature it benefits users by quick access to needed info, documents, or details at ease. Now, however, when everything is available, there's no need for creativity. Just a way of just creating something new. So there's no need of that because everything is just available on the internet. So students, take an example now, they don't have to pay much effort on the assignments or projects which are they being assigned from school or from university or college because they only need a few minutes to get all the information they need from the internet, then just copy paste them into their work. Now, this problem is only just for the increase in the plagiarism, leading to the lack of creativity, whereby people they just lack the spirit of creativity. Well, now when this habit happens several times, these young people, for instance, will be dependent on the internet to finish their study. So the same situation happens to not only students but also to other users at any age. So things get easier in a way that becomes a hindrance for the learning and the creativity. The third point, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying, this is basically a term to describe the bullying that is using the internet. This is one of the disadvantage that can be considered as one of the evilest negative effects of the internet. It is never easier for the haters to give ugly words to other person. Take an example, the celebrities or some kinds of people in protected class are often just the victims of this cyberbullying. Type of harassment is safer and easier than physical bullying because there's hardly any regulation or law to control such kind of a problem or such kind of problems. Now, victims of this cyberbullying may feel isolated or embarrassed because of the wicked comments or options. Now, there's positive relationship proved between the cyberbullying and the suicidal attempts by the victims. So that's how just this kind of thing it affects people. This cyberbullying is just one of the negative effects of the internet toward culture, whereby people just feel uh, humiliated, embarrassed due to various comments and options that are provided throughout the internet when maybe they are available in various social media. So in that way, just create some kind of tension to those kind of people and brings such kind of thoughts of these suicidal attempts. So that's why we said that there's a positive relationship between that is proved between the cyberbullying and the suicidal attempts. So I hope it's clear. The fourth point, waste of time. The Washington Post revealed that 9% attempt to hide non-essential internet use. In addition, the Stanford University also conducted a study showing that like 12.4% of the participants stayed online for a longer time than they intended very often. So people are just drawn to the internet and waste a lot of their time. They are just doing non-essential various things. Now, it is obvious that if you spend too much time on the internet, you will have to cut down on time for the other activities that can be very impactful or they can be very essential for the person. So as an affinity storage of the internet, I mean, as an affinity storage of the entertainment, the internet is somehow similar to the black hole, just that leaves no way to get out. A lot of people just spend most of their time just on watching films, surfing Facebook and other social medias, playing games instead of learning or doing other meaningful activities. Now, if the original purpose of the internet was to help people work more efficiently, it is now making people just do not work at all. So that's kind of a negative effect that is the internet that has brought to people toward our culture, especially for take an example, these students, the explorations and the advancement of the internet turn into a promising distraction. As a result, the academic research just keeps going down gradually while the electronic bill just payment keeps increasing. So that's how this just negatively affect us in our daily lives. The fifth point, abandonment of the family. When people use the internet too much, the abandonment of the family occurs one of the negative effects of the internet. When people spend most of their time on surfing the internet, they become insensitive to the real life and people around them, including the members of their own family. Obviously, the original purpose of the parents, when they equip their children with the internet, just to open a door to a new world, not to close themselves in a fiction planet without family. Now, this way, take an example, for many students, the internet is the only friend they have. The time for the family, for parents is replaced by many hours of the internet browsing. Now they ignore the family and they stay to talk and interact with the other members. So in fact, yes, the internet brings abandonment of the family members. So in a way, it just keeps people separate or apart from each other. The sixth point, privacy disrupted. Occurring due to the free information from the internet, privacy threat is one of the negative effects of the internet that you should know about. People, they exchange their picture, private information, or personal chat every day in social networking. Now, take an example, many students even they update their ID number, their class number, and the other information relating to their personal security. They are not fully aware of the risk privacy threat that there is information that can easily be approached by the strangers and be misused. Now, their privacy stands a risk of being disrupted or and hindered. Therefore, keep in mind that not everything is exchangeable on the internet. So that you have to keep it very, very much because not everything has to be shared or just kept into or exchanged on the internet. Some of the things they have to keep they have to be kept privately and for your best benefits, just and to stay away from these negative effects of the internet, just be careful though the private information you upload and make sure who's available to reach such kind of your information. Last but not least, the internet has this kind of a negative effect to our culture, that is insomnia. Insomnia, this is just it is a sleeping disorder that happens when people are not able to rest or sleep. And the global this and the powerful global system, the internet somehow is one of the reasons for this insomnia. It cannot be denied that people such as these teenagers and students are checking their internet all the day. They take advantage of any time possible to browsing the internet, even the sleeping time. Now, just after several days, they stay up late to check their Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms. It will become a habit, and it becomes not easy to get rid of it. Now, moreover, the green light from the computer screen or other types of the electronic items can keep you away from your sleep. Now, if you concern about insomnia, we all know that staying up late also is not good for our health, apart from just using the internet. So when the body cannot have enough time to sleep or rest, many health problems will occur. So this insomnia is just one of the negative effects of the internet, and we should be careful just to avoid this in order to stay healthy. So there you have it. That's all I have for this video. Discuss the various negative effects of the internet toward our culture or just in our daily life today. This is our subtopic of this topic, the internet. I hope it's clear of everything we've discussed in our previous videos. You can go through them just to remember all the things that we've discussed. Thank you.